Hey guys, it is December 29th right now, and it's actually like 9 o'clock in the morning. Look how gloomy it is. It looks a lot darker in person, and I think it's because it's like overcast. It snowed again last night, so everything kind of has like a fresh sheet on it, but I think it's warming up a bit because it's slightly raining, or it was when we first left. So that's fun. Let me see. So this marks like a week. Well, I leave in 6 days now, so exciting. I'm going to IKEA today, and I have to go and like start packing and organizing. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hey guys, so it is December 30th right now, and I'm out taking a walk with Ubi. It rained today, so the weather did warm up, but now everything is just slushy and ice walks, so it is slow going. I'm in my other gloves today because my finger gloves, I slipped and they're very muddy now, so not good. But I was formatting some pages today. Yeah, I need to go pack and arrange when to do laundry and everything just to get ready to go. So it's getting there. Vita. Hey guys, it is December 31st right now, and I am having a nice lunch of all the things left in my fridge because I am leaving in about 3.5-4 days, so I don't really want to go and buy a bunch of things. I have things I need to get through, things I've just kind of like forgotten that I'm like, oh yeah, I have grapes that I'm getting through. The new season of Queer Eye came out today, so I'm watching that. And then I think I'm going to work on outlining the horror short story that I want to do in 2022. Yeah. And I've been doing like budgeting and everything. It's like a lot of waiting. I'm like pre-quarantining myself before I get my COVID tests on Monday before I go to New York. So that way everything's fine. I don't want to have any hiccups. Staying safe. I'm going to take Lupita for a walk later. And yeah, that's about my day. Outlining this, dishes I need to start cleaning. I booked laundry for January 3rd, but I think I'm gonna book laundry either today or tomorrow too, just so like I can get ahead of everything, so that way on the 3rd I don't have that much stuff to wash. And I need to wash my coat. I need to like sew it because I always end up ripping the seams somehow. And yeah, just fix my coat, make sure it's nice and clean for my trip. Yep, it's a lot of prep. Hey guys, so checking back in. I finished the short story a couple hours ago, so that was fun and exciting. And then I'm like, okay, I want to go through like all the stories I can find that I've written on my laptop and just see what we can do. So I found like stories from like 2014 that I had saved, and they're not really usable, but it was just kind of like nice to see how far I've come, because I had like a million files with only like 30 words
or like 300 words in each one, and I'm like, I have made so much progress of actually like following through and completing projects, because like I've come to realize that I don't have to be writing like a novel length or a novella length pieces. They could be short stories, they could be shorter, and that's fine. And that has brought me a lot of peace and made me feel a lot better. And I feel like going into the new year, I'm not going to set my expectations so high that I didn't write a whole novel in a week, because that's like not really possible with like time frames and mental health and taking breaks and just like burnout. And it's not something I want to do. So I finished that short story, and then I went through The Girls in Mavron Hill, which is the story I was working on in Switzerland that I never really finished. I haven't touched it since like October, so it has been a while. And I had like a bunch of like random points that I wanted to add to it, but they don't really do anything to the novel because they're set like away from the main setting. And I'm like, I don't actually need to include this. So I went through and I like went through each chapter, and I'm like, okay, what actually needs to be in here? And I wrote that all out. I need to add another chapter because it wouldn't make sense if it needs a little bit more story building. So I'm like, okay, a chapter needs to be added. These are some places where the chapters can easily add. So that is something I'm going to focus on in the next couple of days. So kind of like pre-quarantining and everything before the 3rd, so I can get my COVID tests and get out of Sweden. And then I talked to a lady for a house sit in August, and she called me like 15 minutes early, which is weird. I'm like, people never call me this early. Earlier than like the time. And I'm like, okay, they're usually like late or they forget. And I'm like, okay. And she wants me to come house sit, so I might do that. I don't know yet. She already sent the confirmation. I'm like, oh wow, that was fast. So I'm gonna talk to my dad about it and kind of see what I think about it. I'm gonna like give myself a couple days to think about it, because it would be like an extra month in the desert, and I don't know if I like the desert. I don't know if it's like gonna make my nose dry. It's gonna be like 90, 100 degrees the whole time I'm there, and that's pretty hot. So we will see. But I feel like it'd be cool to live in a desert for a bit, because like I've never really lived in a desert. I've lived in like mountains, I lived on coasts, so it would be a new experience. I'd be close to Mexico, so maybe I could go down to Mexico for like a day or something. So yes, things to think about, things to see. Just thought I would check in, because it's almost 9 p.m. right now, and I've like been seeing fireworks out this window. I don't really like fireworks. I'm not a New Year's person. So have a nice New Year's, everybody. I will check in with you in the new year. Bye.
Hey guys, it is 2022. It's a new year, and it's just been an overall nice morning. When I took Loopy out for a walk, there's just like cups of beer and beer cans all throughout outside. And I'm like, oh, people celebrated. I got to hear like the fireworks last night, but I'm not really a fireworks person, so I didn't go and watch them, but they were doing a bunch at the mall. And that was pretty nice, but I took Loopy on a walk this morning. And it is actually pretty warm outside, and warm for what I'm used to. But I was just kind of thinking about what I want to do with this new year, and like all of my expectations for the year. Let me see. I have this book, and I bought this in the UK, but it kind of just like keeps track of like all my goals, all my writing projects, just in one space. And I don't write in here. I don't write like to-do lists. Like this isn't like a daily thing. This is where I put big goals. So here, this is like from October to now. Some fun stickers. But yeah, we get to go into 2022. I need to do my 2021 year in review. I do this every year where I just kind of like talk about what I learned, where I think I want to go, and kind of just evaluating how I think I did. But we're moving into 2022. So I have like my expenses, like my phone bill, Spotify, data, that kind of thing. And then I have my 2022 goals, which I think I already kind of talked about these, but I made those goals like a month ago. So I have like a video on my channel of my 2022 goals, but I did make that like a month ago. So I think they have changed a bit. I think now they're more defined. I think before I was kind of like unsure of what my goals were, but now I've kind of like written them out. And the thing is, these aren't new goals. These are things that I'm actively doing, that are actively like in my routine now. And it's not so much as I hope to do these things, but it's like I want to keep doing these things and keep maintaining these routines. So for example, I want to incorporate more fruits and vegetables into my diet. I think I want to go and work towards being a vegetarian this year, which I'll see how that goes because I'll be at my grandma's house and vegetarian doesn't mean anything to her for the start of the year. So maybe in February, that's something I'll move more into. I want to keep going on walks. In Europe, it's really easy to just like walk every day, especially with Loopy and walking a dog. But the next couple places I'm house sitting don't have dogs. So I'm not gonna be like going out and walking them so much. So I have to actively make myself go and do the activity instead of it being like a responsibility. I want to keep on writing. That is something that I think I made great progress in as 2021 was ending. I had been like writing throughout from July to the end of 2021, but it wasn't until like December that I actually like started finishing projects, which I'm very happy about. By the end of the year, I wrote a novella, I wrote a short story, and I wrote a novel. So those are all things that I'm really, really happy about. And I have another like novella that I'm going to work on in the next couple of days before I leave Sweden to try and get done and finished. Because I've come to realize with like my writing projects, they don't all have to be novel length, they don't all have to be novella length. Some things are just short stories and that's okay. And in that vein, one of my goals for 2022 is to write a short story collection. I've always wanted to write like a horror, psychological thriller short story collection for years, and I've never done it. It's always been a goal, but I've never done it. And one of the short stories the short story I finished last year, it's about 5,900 words. That is one of the stories in the collection. So I've already kind of like got my foot in the door, and there's about 6 more short stories that I want to fit in the collection, because then the short story collection will be about 3,500 words, which I think is perfect. I want to practice learning French, and to do this, I want to be active about learning it. So Damon Dominique on YouTube has a French course, and I've loved Damon Dominique for years. I've always watched his videos, and the French course, you have to pay for it. And I feel like if I pay for it, because he has an option, you could pay all at once or you can split it over 6 months. I feel like if I split it over 6 months, then I will be reminded every time I check my bank account, you have to keep doing it because you paid it. See, there's the payment. It's a good reminder to keep myself actively engaged in this skill, this language I want to learn. And then also, one of the women that I house sat for back in Switzerland, she lives in the French-speaking part of Switzerland, and she grew up in Canada, so she's a native French speaker. I think I'm going to reach out to her and see if she can give me French lessons, because that is one of her jobs that she does, is she teaches French. So I feel like then I would actually like be speaking with a native French speaker, and she can like correct my pronunciation, and I could focus more on just not the reading and writing and like aspects of learning French, but then I'm actually speaking it. Then I want to read 100 books. I feel like that's a pretty healthy goal. In 2021, I read 112 books. So I feel like I can read 100 books okay. That's about like 1 or 2 books every week, depending on my schedule. And I think that's pretty doable for me. I'm going to be doing a lot of driving, so I think I might download audiobooks and that kind of thing. Just so that way while I'm driving, it'll keep me interested and keep me like paying attention, because I do have a couple 9-hour road trips ahead of me coming up in 2022. And then I started watching Queer Eye yesterday. I think I'm going to download the rest to watch on the airplane. But one of the things that Tan France said was you need to be kinder to yourself in the mirror. You just need to be kinder to yourself in general. And that's something that I want to practice more. Being kind to myself and just kind of looking at myself like I'm my own friend kind of thing. And then I want to start doing morning pages. So I'm going to, when I get to the US, I'm going to like buy a notebook. And in the morning, I want to like develop a routine where like I get up, I get ready, I do my morning pages, and I go on a walk. And that way I just kind of like this set way to get ready for the day, and my mind's clear and I don't feel guilty. Everything I have like been thinking about is out on the page, and I can look over it and process my thoughts clearly. And then like another thing is I want to publish a book or start talking to literary agents or do query pages, because I do have like a whole draft of a novel. It does need more work. I think I want to add probably about 20,000 more words to it, because there are scenes that I feel like would really help, but I'm kind of taking a step back from Bound, which is the novel that I've been working on. I'm just going to take a step back for like the next 3 weeks or so that way when I come back to it, my mind is fresh, because I've just been staring at it and working on it for a month, and I think my brain is just a bit tired of that one piece. But yeah, I want to write and hopefully publish a novel. I feel like that'd be a really cool goal. It's always been like on my to-do thing I've been wanting to do since I was like 14 was to write a novel, and I did it. So it's very exciting. And then here I have my writing goals for the year. So I have, this is just to keep track. They all have like their own individual pages farther back, but this is just to like at a glance, I can see the project. I can see like the summary, what I have left to do, the word count at the end of 2021, and I could put the word count at the end of 2022 here. And it's just a way for me to keep track. And then for every month, I kind of have a page like this, where I have books, movies, TV shows. So this is like where I will put the books that I read and the movies that I read. Before, I was putting the books I wanted to read and the TV shows I wanted to watch, but I would never read or watch them, and that would make me feel guilty. So now they're just blank, and I'll fill them in as I go. Then like YouTube and things I want to do for that, and then again writing just to keep track of it, because if I don't see it, I'm not gonna do it. That's kind of how my mind works. If I don't see it, I don't end up doing it, which I need to work on. But then here's where I do like my January in review, where I just kind of like talk about that, my house sitting information, and then it's kind of just like I have a normal calendar, but then I also have like the calendar written out with like travel info just in here with like things to do in different places, so that way it's all organized and I can just keep it all here and kind of plan out my days a little bit better. Yeah. And then I have recipes to try in 2022. I made beef bourguignon for Christmas and it was really good, so I kind of want to expand my cooking repertoire, because I make like the same things all the time, which is something that I want to change. And here's my short story, kind of my short story collection page. And yeah, well, I kind of want to like have one short story done every month. I feel like that would be really fun and kind of just a way for me to practice writing and getting ideas out. And then I have my 2022 book list where I'll put the books I read this year. I always struggle when I go to the grocery store. I'm like, what do I need? What do I need to buy? And then I end up buying random things that I'm not going to use or I don't know how to use. So I went through like all those recipes that I collected, and I was like looking back on everything I cook now, and I just made like a general grocery list. So that way when I go to the store in the future, I'm like, you don't need to stress out. Here's everything you already like. And I could just like take a picture of this and go to the grocery store and be fine. Yeah, that is pretty much what I have planned for 2022 so far. I'm going to work on The Girls of Mavron Hill because I want to get that finished, and I have some editing. I'm just recorded my December reading roundup, which is a bit late. It is January 1st, but I figured better late than never. I just want to keep track and keep to these things that I wanted to do. So I'll check in with you guys later. Bye. Hey guys, so did that writing sprint. I went like 10 minutes over, but I did end up finishing that short story. Oh, hello. It ended up being about 1,200 words, and it's really dialogue heavy, so I think I'm gonna go revisit it and add a little bit more place and setting. Someone wants attention. But yes, took Loopy out for a walk. I think it's noonish now, but so I'm making lunch, pasta. I don't really want to go to the grocery store again because I leave in a couple days. So I'm just trying to use everything up. So I have like the last of the meatballs. And today's the first. So I have the second and the third. Which I feel like I should have enough food for that long. We will see. I might have to go to the grocery store the last day for breakfast. Which is, I think it's hilarious. Bye. I will check in with you later. I want to work on Girls of Mavron Hill and get that done. Because I have written it up on the wall on paper. Because I have it written on the wall on paper and I don't really want to like write it out. Because whenever I like write it out and it's just the outline and I type that up, I never go out and like finish it. Because my brain's like, you already wrote it down. It's complete. You don't have to do it. I'm like, but it's not complete. So I need to work on that. Lupita.
Hey guys, so it is December 2nd and it's hilarious. I told my dad it's been warming up here and it snowed during the night. Everything is covered in like 3 inches of snow and Lupita is loving it because she loves snow. But I'm on like this dock here that I always see but I've never gone to. But it's just like a really nice way to see the river. Today I'm going to start cleaning, finishing packing, getting everything put together. Tomorrow, so it's a bunch of preparation. I want to make sure I have like all my things for my flights, all my like hotel information put together, and that kind of thing.
So today's my last full day in Stockholm. I'm having Loopy out on our last walk today, which is kind of sad. It's like I've been walking here every day for a month and it's like a routine. We can't really stay down here that much longer. I have to go get my COVID test and then get back and kind of finish packing. I'm mostly packed. My backpack is just so full. I'm like, how do I have this many things? Like I don't use that many things on a daily basis. But they add up and they take up so much space. And my backpack is slightly small, so that way like it fits within the restrictions and everything. So I was gonna donate my purse with my check suitcase and a bunch of my clothes, but I'm just like, okay, we're just gonna put stuff in the purse and hopefully they don't say anything about me having a purse and a backpack because I'm only allowed to have like one thing. So we'll see. And the people, they were supposed to come back tonight between like 6 and 8 p.m., but their flights got canceled. They're stuck in Portugal right now. And just kind of waiting to see if they can get tickets to come back. If not, one of their colleagues from work is gonna come and watch Lupita and stay with her for the day. And yeah, because I can't really miss my flight. It's pretty early. I have to leave like at 7 in the morning. And it's like an hour to the airport, and then I want to make sure I have time and I don't miss my flight. because it's one way to New York. It's 8 hours, which it's a long flight. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, because I was gonna be like, oh, I can write and stuff, but my backpack is so tight that like if I took my laptop out of it, I don't think I could put my laptop back into my backpack. There's like that little of space in it. That's a bit ridiculous. So yeah, we'll see. I have like a tote bag, so like maybe before I go on the plane, I could put like my purse and my laptop in my tote bag, and then I could just put my backpack overhead and then just put the tote bag underneath, and then I could just throw all my stuff back in it when it's time to leave. Because then once I get to New York, I have to take the train from, I think I'm flying into LaGuardia to Penn Station, and from there I could walk to Times Square. But tomorrow is a very busy day, so I'm gonna try and get some sleep tonight. Whenever I have to like fly somewhere or have like a big travel thing, I never fall asleep the night before, which is actually a big problem. Like I'll end up being awake for like 3 or 4 days just because like I'm so nervous, and I hope that doesn't happen again. But yeah, just taking a breath. The house is all clean, the trash is all out. I'm packed, like all my stuff is basically packed. It's just like my laptop and cords that I hope fit in my bag. Yeah, saying goodbye to Stockholm, I think it's pretty difficult, as I really liked it here. I really like Buki, and I really like the routine that we have. Yeah, just one last walk before I have to go get a COVID test, and then back to the States tomorrow. Lupita. Lupi. Lupita. Lupita. Hey guys, so hi. So I just got back from town because, like I said earlier, I was supposed to go do a COVID test, but I'm like 10 minutes away, and they call me, and one of the people who work there tested positive for COVID, so they're shutting down. So I was like almost there, which is good that he called me, because I would have been there in like 10 minutes and I could have been like exposed to something. But I was like, and he's like, I hope you can find another appointment. And I'm like, thank you. It's almost, I think it's past 3, it's almost 4 o'clock now. And I just came back home because I'm like, I'm so stressed out, I'm so tired. And I'm like, before I go home, I want to go to the grocery store because I feel like just eating a whole fucking cake because I'm stressed out. So that's what we're gonna do. I got a carrot cake, I got a muffin. I think I also kind of like stressed and tired because I didn't eat past breakfast because of the COVID test. So I was gonna have breakfast. I have it already like meal prep tomorrow, my breakfast. But now I can't eat breakfast tomorrow before I leave for the airport because I have to get the test done at the airport. So I'm gonna try and figure that out now. Like I did it a day early just so I wouldn't be stressed out. And yet here I am, continually stressing out. So love that for me. I want to try the carrot cake. I have been thinking about cake all week. I have nowhere to set you. Set you on the Dr. Peppers. And you're sitting on the ceiling. No. She's trying to eat the carrot cake. Not today. And then
Yeah. And then, so how their flights worked out, people who are coming back. The wife, she's gonna come back tonight at like midnight, past midnight. So, remember how I said earlier, oh yeah, I'm gonna try and go to sleep early tonight? That's not gonna happen. And she doesn't speak English, so I hope it all works out. I needed cake. Yeah, I needed this. I've been like eyeing this too. It's really good. And then like another thing, she doesn't have the keys. Her husband has the keys, so they were in Portugal at the airport, and so basically that is they separated because she was able to get on a flight to come back, so that's good for her. But he has the keys, so she could have let herself in if she had the keys, but she doesn't have the keys. He has the keys. And then yesterday, so in the month of December, I talked about I read 3 books. Yesterday, January 2nd, I read 3 books in one day, I think in 8 hours. It was the first 3 books in the Elle Kennedy Off-Campus series. It's like I've seen people on TikTok talking about it, and I'm like, let's see how it is. And I got stuck down the rabbit hole. Hey guys, so it is evening now and I have everything pretty much packed up. It's just my laptop and phone that I have to put away, and then I have my bathroom products for the morning. The house is clean, and I was just kind of like looking around and like, oh, saying goodbye to everything. But I realized I have to put this desk back up because the guy, yeah, he's about, I don't know, he's almost like 7 foot. So he had his desk pretty high and his chair is pretty high. When I got here, I had to like lower it all the way down, like as far as it could go with like where it's situated. So I just realized like I should put that back so he doesn't crack his knees. And now that's done, so yay. And now I'm just, I think I'm gonna try and maybe sleep for an hour or 2 before she gets here. But I don't wanna like fall asleep and then she's just stuck outside. It's like 20 degrees outside, it's the middle of the night. So that would be no fun. But I'm already tired. I was like tired a couple hours ago, even though since I got home from like literally just trying to go get a COVID test, but that didn't work out. I've just like been watching TikToks, putting everything together, and I'm kind of realizing like I need to like look into how to get to from places and all of that kind of thing. I know it seems like I'm wearing the same clothes as I was earlier, and that's because I am, but that's mostly because I had already packed my pajamas and I don't feel like getting them out and then trying to figure out how to get them back in tomorrow. That seems like too much for me right now, so I'm just gonna wear these. Oh, DP joined me. Oh, I'm gonna miss her so much. Hi. Hi. Oh, you can throw up on my blankets. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna keep watching TikToks. I might call my sister and bug her. We'll see. Yeah, she still has like 2.5 hours until she's supposed to be here. So maybe I can get some sleep in.
Oh, no. Yes, it's 10:30. She shouldn't be here until, like, her plane doesn't land until midnight, and then it'll take her, like, an hour to get over here. So, like, literally, I think her flight from Munich is leaving, like, right now. I could probably sleep. I just don't want to miss her. It'd be awful. And I'm nervous for tomorrow, which is, like, another can of beans and all of my stuff. Like, it doesn't look like that much stuff, right? But I have so much stuff. It's ridiculous. I'm just like, what is even in there? Like, I have all my art supplies, my makeup, my bathrooms. Actually, my bathroom stuff, I think I'm gonna have to put it in my hoodie because I don't know if my bag is going to zip. I think it's just gonna have to go in my hoodie pocket. And then maybe I'll figure out how to zip it after I go through security. But we will see. And then, yeah, I'm just waiting. I just have to, like, pack bathroom stuff in the morning and put my laptop in my bag because I'm just charging my phone through my laptop. Like normal. I've had a very slow couple of weeks. I've just, like, been recharging because I've just been, like, so busy, like, traveling and moving, especially when I was in England, when I was, like, moving every week or every couple of weeks. So it was nice to be here for, like, a month, but, like, I was walking Loopy today on the river, and I was just, like, sad. I'm like, oh, I'm never gonna do this again. And, like, taking the bus to go to Teach Holland, which is where the COVID test place was that I didn't get to actually go to today. I was like, oh, this is one of the last times I'm gonna take the bus, and I don't know, I just really liked Sweden. Really enjoyed my time here. Yeah, so it's kind of bittersweet. Well, good night. I will probably see you tomorrow.
Och 4. Vi fortsätter därefter till terminal 5. Vi söker passagerare.
Hey guys! So I made it to New York. Hotel room tour. And we're done. So it was a long day getting here. So last night, like I told you guys, she didn't get in until like 1, 2 in the morning. So like I was like awake to let her in, and then I had to leave at like 6 to get to the airport on time. So like I fell asleep at like 2, I woke up at 4, and then somehow I still missed the bus at 6:30. So I had to wait till the 6:38 bus, and I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna be so late, I'm gonna miss my COVID test appointment. But like I get there, there's nobody in the COVID test place, and it's just me, and she's like, oh yeah, we can still take you. I'm like, thank you, because it was like 6:32, it was like 7:32 in the morning. I'm like, thank you. It's been a long morning, and the day hadn't even started yet, and it was already a long day. So COVID test came out negative, and so I get to the gate, and the gate isn't open for check-in yet because it wouldn't let me self check-in for some reason. So I had to wait, and I was literally waiting for an hour and a half. Like the queue just took so long, and like I just needed my boarding pass, so I was like literally like 2 minutes. Then security took like an hour and a half. So I had gotten to the airport like pretty early, right? And I was like, am I getting here too early? It was a good thing I got there when I did, because like by the time I got through security, went through passport control, and got to the gate, they were boarding. And I was like, I got here 3 hours early and I was almost late. And they like waited, like they held the plane. They're like, people have checked in and they're just waiting through all the queues because the queues are just taking so long. And so that was crazy how long that took. And then let's see, yeah, so got on the plane. I didn't even have time to like go shopping for gifts or anything. Like when I was like going, I saw like a baseball cap and a snow globe. I got a snow globe for my grandma. The baseball cap is for me. I wanted like the beanie, but they didn't have the beanie there. They had it downstairs. I'm like, oh, I should have bought that earlier, but I didn't. And then like, cause I have all of like my Swedish money left. I have like 80 bucks in crowns left. And I get to the thing and it's card only. I'm like, why do you do this? Let me use the cash. But so now I still have all my Swedish kroner left. So I'm like, this is just incentive for going back to Sweden. And get on the plane. It was nice. There was like no one in the middle seat. So I was on the aisle. There's a lady at the window. And like the 8 hours actually passed by pretty quick. We did like wait on the tarmac for like an hour. So that kind of already put us behind an hour. So when we landed in Newark, instead of 1:30, it was 2:30. Then by the time I got to passport control and like again waiting, I was in passport control for like an hour and a half. Like I literally got to the train to come into Manhattan at 4:30. So I'm like, oh, this day is so long. Like I thought I would have gotten to like here by like 2-3 o'clock, but I guess not. And then I finally checked in. It's like 5:40 right now. Check-in for Hamilton is in an hour, so I need to go eat dinner. The plane had food, which was really nice. I got like chicken for lunch and then like a cheese wrap. But yeah, I need to go see Hamilton, and then I just need to like come back and go to sleep because I have tickets tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. and they have breakfast here from 6 to 10 a.m. that I'm gonna do because I'm like, save some money because everything just adds up. Oh my god, my COVID test this morning. She's like, oh, what's your airline? And I was like, Scandinavia Air. And she's like, oh, you get a discount. I'm like, yay. I love a discount. I think it was like half off, so that was nice. Yeah, I need to go eat dinner. I just like, I'm just wiped, but I'm also like excited. But also like Sweden's like 6 hours plus this time zone. So it's like 6 hours plus. So for me, it's like midnight again. It's like midnight already. So I think I slept 2 hours last night, and then on the plane, I slept the first hour, which was really nice. I just kept nodding off, and then like I woke up and I couldn't fall back to sleep, which sucked. So I could have had like an extra like 8 hour boost of energy. But I need to get going. I need to pee, get dinner, and then I need to go and find the theater. Okay, bye. Well, it's a few hours later and I just got home from seeing Hamilton. That was so amazing. Like at first it was kind of hard for me to get into it because I'm so used to just like listening to the soundtrack, and like realizing that these people and their voices are just that amazing was like, wow. So it was like so cool. And I was like full crying, and like with your mask on you really can't like blow your nose or anything, so I'm just like suck the cheers back up. I'm like, ew. But it was so good. Like I still can't believe that like I'm in New York, that I just saw Hamilton performed on Broadway. I have my playbill and everything. And it was just like the atmosphere, the attitude that Hamilton has as a character, and it was just so cool to see. Let's see. They even have like in the playbill who performed this Hamilton. So Alexander Hamilton today was Miguel Cervantes. Let me see if his picture is in the playbook. Yeah. And I think he was cast short on purpose, because like compared to all the other actors, he was so short. And it was like so cute, and like everything he was doing, it was just like with his shortness and like the characters playing on it. I thought that was really cool. But yeah, it's like 10 o'clock now. I didn't have time to get dinner because I called my grandma, and then I was like, I want to walk by the theater first because there's places near there that I could have eaten. I just want to like know where it is. But the line was already like so big, and I'm just like, oh, I should go in now because there's a line. Because like, what's my whole day been? Lines that have like almost made me late for things. Of course, I end up sitting in my seat for 20-30 minutes, and I'm like, I could have eaten something. So I stopped at the grocery store because I needed water. I don't think you can drink the water here at the hotel, because when I checked in, the lady gave me water bottles, and I'm like, thank you for the water. So I stopped at the grocery store and I bought 2 water bottles and popcorn. It's not the best dinner, but I'm gonna get hotel breakfast tomorrow morning, which is like 8 hours. I'm gonna get breakfast in the morning, so that'll be fun, but I need to shower now and go to sleep because I am tired. Like, I'm tired. But plans for tomorrow, I think tomorrow we're going to the Met, which I think that's like the only thing I have booked for tomorrow. The other museums I have booked for the 6th, but because like I knew I was gonna be tired tomorrow, I'm like, it's just one museum, and then we can do all the other little things like going to Times Square, going to see Rockefeller Center. I don't know if the Christmas tree is still up. Yes, but nice day, saw Hamilton. I'm like just amazed that I was able to do that. And yeah, I need to get ready for bed because we got a nice day of museums tomorrow. I think the appointment's at 10:30, so I don't have to like leave here until like 10:15 because I don't think it's that far away. But I don't want to be late. Don't want to get stuck in the queues. So maybe I'll leave early. We will see. Yeah, I need a shower. I'm like airport stinky.